Hi, I'm Mike Morales. You are watching Sipping Off the Cuff on tequilaaficionado.com, part of Tequila Aficionado Media. I'm in San Antonio. That gentleman over there is.
Rick Levy in San Diego.
And Rick and I have been just falling all over ourselves with Scorpion Mezcal. This is our 20th anniversary, Rick, and it took us just about that long to get them on Sipping Off the Cuff because we've never had them. One of the partners are Doug French and Barbara Sweetman, and when I talked to Barbara, I said, I've only tried your mezcal one time, and we've never had it on Sipping Off the Cuff. She goes, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." Next thing I know, I got a box full of stuff that I need to pick up, and they sent you a whole array of mezcals, and so we've been going through these, and Rick comes from a heavy tequila background, so
Yeah.
mezcals are kind of new to you. What do you think so far? What's
I'm
your
I'm loving it. If these are gateway mezcals, I'm through the gate. I'm sold.
oh,
I had a couple of mezcal experiences, and there's just such variety from what I understand in the various profiles that the one I had, it just wasn't for me, and that kind of turned me off to it. I shied away, but I guess I've come along at just the right time because
well,
Mike is reintroducing me to mezcal the proper way.
this is a artisanal. So far, all the information we've had from Scorpion is that this is an artisanal method, steam cooked agave, and it is and Doug French, who is the owner, one of the founder, I guess, of Scorpion, is the master distiller using copper pots. And tonight we're going to try Tobala, and this is the next hottest varietal, for lack of another word, in the mezcal trend that we're seeing. You get we've gone through a blue agave, we've gone through an espadin, which is the more traditional agave plant, and now we're going to that hot Tobala. Yeah, point it out. Which one is the Tobala? That's the
Fine.
one right there. Okay,
Uh,
so. There's some interesting information on the back here. This is from the
yeah.
information we got, it's estate grown, but it belongs to Doug French, right?
Yeah, it says here he spent 15 years walking mountains collecting seeds from wild Tobala agave. He germinated the seeds, and after 3 years had 1,000 plants on his estate. And it says the conventional wisdom is that Tobala can only be grown in the wild, but now he plants several thousand every year.
Well, that's good because, the sustainability of mezcal, that even though it's growing by leaps and bounds, that's the worry, is that we're going to run out of all these plants, especially the special varieties that we're getting, like Tobala. Because Espadin is being grown commercially, and so is blue agave for that matter. But the more beautiful the mezcal gets from the more exclusive plants, the tougher they are to find.
Yeah, especially if you're relying on wild grown.
Yeah.
Apparently, the sugar content is not very high as well.
So it takes more Tobala to get as much yield.
Yeah. Or
Um,
maybe we might compare it to like Lowland's agave in tequila.
you know, um, Again, with the Tobala, if everything depends on where it's grown, where he found it. I mean, where his estate is. And now he's telling us, according to this information here, this is lot 004 that we're getting. Tlacalula. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because my Oaxacan is bad. It's Tlacalula, Oaxaca, Mexico, is where the agave comes from. But it was distilled at San Agustin de las Juntas, Oaxaca. and which is his distillery, where the distillery is located. So he's telling us where he harvested the plants and where he's distilling. The method of distillation, it says artisanal / steam cooked. Again, it's a little confusing for me, but I'm sure somewhere along the line it makes sense. Tonight I'm going to pour some in my Glencairn. As we've noted before, there's no real glassware for mezcal. So whatever you're comfortable using, if it's a gourd or a copita or a snifter, you're going to see bubbles. You're going to see bubbles. And this is rather a pristine. I don't know if you can even see that. My lighting here is not the greatest, but it's really pristine. There's no there's nothing, no additives. Look at him. Ooh.
I'm jumping ahead.
Hello. Now, see, this is a different kind of sweetness, though. This is almost like a candy sweetness. This is almost like it wasn't the sweetness of fruity. It's a fruity sweetness, but it's a different kind of sweetness.
Yeah, like the thing that first hit me was almost like
wow.
Almost, fruitiness like maybe cantaloupe or something like that.
Yeah, like a
But now
like a plant like a fruit that grows on a vine of some sort. Cantaloupe, honeydew.
Yeah.
And there's this underlying mineraliness that I'm getting also, kind of like at the tail end of this nose. No alcohol, virtually for any of these that we've opened up, virtually no alcohol, and these are coming in at 80 proof. That's how they're being distilled, so they're not coming in at a higher, more traditional ABV that we're used to seeing, and we're getting this much nose out of it.
Do you know if they're going to be offering these 4-packs, these varietals on the shelves?
I have no idea. I'll have to ask them. I mean, maybe our viewers can tell us more who are more experienced with Scorpion. Again, it's taken us just about 20 years to get them on Sipping Off the Cuff, and I'm they're a really small batch. Obviously, these are 200 milliliters. That's about as low as we will accept here at Sipping Off the Cuff. And really, honestly, if you're a mezcal lover, you don't want a whole lot of this hanging around because you'll drink it. I have had other Tobala from other producers at their full 750 bottles, and I got to tell you, I got to hide it from myself because it's that good. Now, the notes that we get here, the Tobala varietal erupts with fresh aromas of dillweed, kiwi, and freshly mowed lawn.
I could definitely see the kiwi.
I could too. Remember we were talking about that? It's a sweetness, almost like a candy sweetness.
Yeah.
Or like you said, I really like the cantaloupe, the honeydew, some kind of melon, some kind of vine fruit.
That kind of fruit that has a sweet, very sweet, soft meat to it.
Yes. Wow, and this is just gorgeous. I'm so impressed with the nose that we're getting at 80 proof on each one of these. Oh, wow. And if you go deeper down, I get the mineralness. I'm getting the terroir. I'm getting the for lack of a better word, I'm getting some dirt. You know what I mean? I'm getting that mineraliness that I love in tequilas from a Matitan. There's a specific stamp, and this one I'm kind of getting it at the bottom of this glass. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Ooh, that retronasal really wakes you up, doesn't it? It's like a licorice. I'm getting like anise or licorice.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Or like an ouzo. That kind of licorice from ouzo?
Yeah.
That's what this is like.
But I can, you know, and I'm kind of tasting the kiwi a little bit as well.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, there it is, anise. It says you can get green grapes, cilantro, lemongrass, and anise. I can definitely taste the anise. That's what I was getting. It was like a licorice, like I said, like an ouzo, you know? Wow, wow. It says all overlaid with a smoky richness. So I'm assuming there is some smoke in here, but there's something. I guess it's being less pronounced because of the distillation process or something that they're doing. I'm not sure what it is. The smokiness is there, but it's real minor.
Yeah.
Wow. I love this anise. I love it. I love it. It's rare that once in a blue moon, I'll pick it out of a tequila. I can see lemongrass also.
Yeah,
Maybe cilantro.
I've never got it like this before on a tequila.
No. There's only one that I've ever gotten anise that not even this pronounced, but you had to really pick it out. Wow.
So we found the blue agave to be very herbal, and then we found
in a heavy mouthfeel for me.
Yeah, and then we found the espadine to be more fruity and floral.
Mm-hmm. And really more of what I'm used to. You know, it had less of a mouthfeel, less of a heaviness on your palate, like the blue agave did. And this one is it's gorgeous. This is just light and clean, fresh. It's like a cocktail all on its own, man.
Yeah.
You notice we haven't talked about putting this in any kind of cocktails, although you have a whole book. Show them the booklet. You have a whole booklet of cocktails.
Yeah, they produced this cocktail booklet, and it's really quite extensive.
I didn't get one. Because I literally would hate to put this in a cocktail. Because it's like its own cocktail, man.
It doesn't need to be mixed or masked or anything. You know, if you're going to be drinking fruit juice and you want to make your fruit juice taste better, then go ahead and put this in. But
oh my,
not required.
Wow, I think I just got like celery. I again like a stock, anything that grows like a rhubarb or something.
Yeah.
Anything that grows, like that. Like you said, there's a wateriness, a juiciness of some sort, or a vine fruit of some kind, not tomato, not that kind of vine, but something that grows. I don't even want to say pumpkin because it's not. It's just much lighter. It's way lighter.
But I was at first, when I first smelled the aroma, I got this hit that reminded me of cantaloupe. But once you get into it, that really kind of fades away into something more subtle that would be, certainly more like a honeydew kind of thing.
Or like it says here, like a kiwi, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is lovely. This is really lovely. I can't say enough about what Scorpion has done. They've been around 20 years. It's their 20th anniversary. They're going to come out with some really, really special stuff coming hopefully end of August, where we're at now, somewhere in September. I don't even want to tell you what it is. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. I don't know if they're keeping it under wraps. I've seen a press release. I'm hoping that we get some samples. But what I will tell you is it has nothing to do with agave.
I'm really loving this. This is, a flavor and aroma adventure. It's just, huge. You don't have to work at it to find the stuff. Everything is very three-dimensional. I would say if you can find one of these variety packs, grab it, share it with your friends. It'll be a lot of fun.
There's plenty. Like I said, with the way the mezcal is, 200 milliliters goes a long way. You don't think so, but it really does. Some of the better producers out there that have their medleys and their varietals or small batches will sell them like this. Generally, I've seen them between $35 and $45 a bottle. And I got to tell you, if they come in this kind of a bottle and they're Tobala or Madre Cuiche or Cuiche, depending on who's making it, buy it, because it really will be worth the money, because it doesn't take a whole lot to spend some time with it. It's very sensory satisfying. Unlike tequilas, some tequilas I can put a straw in and drink them all night. I do. I asked Lisa. I have to hide stuff from me because it's so good. As a matter of fact, the tequila that's got the anise in it, I have to hide that from myself because I love that. I love it here, and it's really full in this Tobala. Go get yourself some. This is so well done. And Doug French, congratulations, man. He's been...
Tonight's intervention with Mike, brought to you by Scorpion.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I gotta put that on the shelf. And I think Oaxaca Mezcal is another one that does the 200 milliliters like this. And it's so well done that you don't mind spending the money for a bottle this small. And like you said, if you can get the 4-pack, if you can get this box, if you can find it somewhere online, go get it. Because it's all at 40 ABV, 80 proof. And if you're really looking for a full experience, a full-on experience on mezcal, and you're not used to it, you couldn't go wrong by doing this. I think I'm so glad for Rick because, like I said, Rick has got a heavy tequila background, and he's just now getting back into mezcal because of you're like one of those bad guys with bad tequila experience. You had a bad mezcal experience, but it's so gratifying to see how pleasing this is, and especially in your case because you're rediscovering the stuff that really should have been like this all along.
Yeah.
Wow. It's beautiful. Brand of Promise nominee again in the Tobala category. For the Legacy category, that's our take on Scorpion Mezcal. You can't go wrong. Go get it. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio.
Rick Levy in San Diego.
You've been watching Sipping Off the Cuff. And that's part of Tequila Aficionado Media and TequilaAficionado.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Press the red button. You'll be really happy. And as we like to say here at Tequila Aficionado, tomar